right, ladies and gentlemen, night number 2 of our weekend down here in Chico, California at the Silver Dollar Speedway with our 360 sprint car. Welcome back to today's video. Happy to have you guys hanging out with us here again. If you saw our night number 1 vlog, you know that it didn't go very well. Our night just was rough. We really battled with the race car and to get it balanced and get away from just being way too tight on the right rear and struggling on the heavy track conditions we had. Now, checking out the racetrack before we run again tonight, it once again looks like it's gonna be pretty wet. Low morale and the track crew have been working it all afternoon, putting a ton of water on it, ripping it up, and just trying to get it prepared for a lot of sprint cars. Yesterday, we had 60 360s compete, and tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we're closer to the 70 mark. So a massive field of cars for the night, and it's all gonna be getting underway here in about 25 minutes with the pit meeting. The only other question mark is the weather. It's pretty windy right now. The forecast is calling for rain this evening, so I think they're gonna try to rush the show through. If it starts raining and it's a heavy downpour, you know, with how wet the racetrack already is and with all of us in the pits, you know, that could just throw a huge curveball and, you know, obviously the possibility of just canceling and not being able to finish everything. So hopefully the weather stays away. We're gonna get after it, and more importantly, I wanna race because we made so many changes to my car, and I think we are headed in the right direction. Try to get back to basics, just do with what we think works, and give it another go here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. So I'm gonna go get all suited up. We're gonna get in for engine heat and then roll right into hot laps and qualifying. Well, 64 cars tonight here at the Silver Dollar Speedway for the Tyler Wolf Memorial with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Ended up being in Group 5, drew a very late number. In the same group with Carly as well, to note. And man, ended up 5th quick. I think there was 12 cars in our group, maybe 13. I just kind of kicking myself. I had 2 good ends just on opposite laps. I made a mistake on my first lap down in 1 and 2. Then I got through 3 and 4 well. Then the next lap, I got through 1 and 2 better and tried to make up for it and really get through 3 and 4 well, and just buried it so far into the curb and just, you know, killed my lap. Both of them were still a 12.9, which is solid. Ended up 5th quick, and now I'm gonna start 3rd row inside for my heat, which is also frustrating because my speed was there. If I would have just got through, you know, one of those laps just a little bit better, you know, I think I could have been in the top 3 in my group or possibly quick time. But it is what it is. I just got to do a little bit better behind the wheel, and now it's time to really get racing, and now it's time to race our way into the feature. So as I mentioned, we're going to start 5th in our heat race. The next concern is the weather. It's really starting to show that it's going to start raining, and you can feel it. So we'll see if we can get our heat race in tonight. It'd be nice to keep racing and finish this show off, but we'll have to see what Mother Nature wants. But until they call it and it starts raining, we're going to keep going. So first heat race is on the track, and we'll be going up soon.
Ready to go. 10 laps coming at us off the turn number 4. Come on, they're not going.
Hall leads the field through 1 and 2. He and Ryan Robinson both run the high line with Joey Ancona. Big time loose further back. You just saw that on Flow Racing as we continue on, this time by lap number 7.
7 laps down right now, still the top of the racetrack, seems to be the quickest. No change up front. 5th on back, though, a little bit of battle between Freitas and Ancona. You've also got the 98 involved, Michael Pombo. Behind them, here comes Tanner Holmes racing side by side, and Holmes and Pombo now upside down. Red, red, red.
So I didn't get the chance to shoot anything in between the heat and the C main, so I wanted to kind of insert this in just to talk about the heat race in general. It was complete chaos. It was raining right there before we went green, and so like the first 5 laps were like greasy. It was the craziest thing. It was definitely a first time experience. Everyone was kind of moving around and sliding around, and we were just all trying to not spin the tires and pass cars because they were throwing the green regardless if it was raining or not or what the track conditions were. So at one point I was kind of battling for 4th, and then we had a yellow with 5 or 6 laps in. And then I kind of just got the short end of the stick of the restart. I was on the outside, could have fired off better. That was part of the issue. I didn't fire off good, which led to the opportunity for the inside car to kind of just run me out of room and put me in a bad spot and send me off the track. And so that sent me from where I was at, right in the middle of the pack, to the very back. And then once I was in the back, I was trying to pick off as many cars as I could to help my starting position for a lower main. And then that led to me making a poor slide job and taking out another car in front of me. And that was a bad deal. I mean, ultimately, I own that mistake. I own that bad slide job. I don't want to be known to be a dirty racer. But that was a dirty move and just something I misjudged. I felt like I had to run down the backstretch, and I went into the corner, and I just didn't carry enough momentum to where it was gonna clear and slide up, cleanly in front of the car that I was attempting to slide. So like I said, I own that mistake. It was a bad slider, and that ended our heat race. From there, sent us to a C main event where we were gonna start in the back, and they were only gonna take the top 2 to the B.
Jake Wheeler to the RE Technologies start zone. Green is out. Dustin Freitas to the inside of Justin Bradway. Battle for the transfer spot. They're into 1 and 2. Give it to Freitas. Here comes Thornhill, though, on the inside. He'll go 2 for 1. Freitas now going to slide back to the inside of Thornhill, try and catch the cushion in turn 4. Looks like he'll do so. Dustin Freitas into the final transfer spot. Justin Bradway right there still in the Kraus signs number 20. Colby Thornhill, now Bradway back to the transfer. Slicing and dicing here in the C main right now. Jake Wheeler is gone. Here with 5 laps down, 5 to go. Behind him, it's a hornet's nest. Here comes Ryan Timmons moving forward. Down the back straightaway, Justin Bradway has the final transfer spot. Here comes Thornhill to the inside of Holmes. In turn 4, Colby Thornhill makes the pass. Move him back up into 3rd. Now we'll try to track down Justin Bradway down the backstretch. This time by 7 laps down that cushion. So treacherous upstairs in 3 and 4 especially. Razor thin right now. Ryan Timmons, Colby Thornhill, back and forth battle there for 3rd. Thornhill currently has it, your leader, just hopped over that razor thin cushion. He spins a complete 360 and brings it to a stop. Bill Smith trying to get woed up. We go yellow yet again here in C main number 1. In 1 and 2, I think things might be a little slimy out there as we go off turn 2 in slow motion. Here comes Tanner Holmes looking for the lead. 13th of 1st for the Oregon driver. And we have cars sliding away over there in turn 4. 8 laps down for Tanner Holmes. He is your new leader of the race, being followed now by Ryan Timmons. Colby Thornhill slowing to a stop, and we're going to go yellow. Checkered flag does wave on that race. So Tanner Holmes, 13th of first in C main number 1. He'll be joined by Justin Bradway in the B main coming up.
Well, it's been a minute since we've chatted. We are now currently under rain delay here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. Right now they're trying to work on the racetrack, trying to see if they can salvage it for the night. We just finished up our C main where we started 11th or 13th and won it thanks to some rain and some yellows. What chaos it has been racing in the rain. I mean, it's been sprinkling off and on tonight. At certain points, the track almost gets some grease on it, you know, from that little bit of water that's sitting on top, and then it works in throughout the race, and then it starts raining again, or it stops, and, you know, one heat race is greasier than the other, if that makes sense. So both cars are sitting here. I just went out for the C, though, transferred through it, but just wild. Just a wild night so far. Some things have really not went to plan, but, you know, I guess it was kind of cool that we passed some cars there, and you know, even with the circumstances and the situation, we're able to win that C. My car doesn't look super pretty after everything it's been through tonight, but it looks like they're blowing the horn, and Carly just said we're going. So they're gonna try to end this rain delay. Carly's gonna head back out there, but we made it through, and we should have a B main coming up next if they keep going through the show. Well, we just pushed the car in. Dad's about to start the rig. We are gonna get out of here. As you can hear, he just shut off the generator. It's just starting to come down. Everyone's worried about getting stuck. B-main event was kind of a disaster. We didn't even get to run much. We're gonna talk in a little bit, but we gotta get out of here and head back home to Southern Oregon before, like I said, we sink, get stuck here in the pits, or it starts raining any harder. Just got done washing after our weekend down in Chico. Rushed out of there Saturday night to attempt to not get stuck in the pits, and luckily we were able to get on the road. Got home about 2, 3 a.m. I don't really have much to say about Saturday. You guys saw how the night went, so like, to not sugarcoat it all, it was a disaster. Things didn't go well. My qualifying lap could have been better. The heat race could have went better. I could have made some better decisions. And then also throwing the aspect of the rain in both the heat race, the C main, the B main. It was a recipe for things to not go well. At the end of the day though, now there's nothing we can do to kind of change the outcome of our weekend. And as a racer, you just have to have short-term memory and put things behind you and look ahead at your next show. Study what went wrong and learn from it, but put it behind you and focus at what's ahead. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you all in the next one. I appreciate your support, your awesome comments, your encouragement to our team. We're gonna put our heads down, keep going to work, and as I always say, our moment is coming. See you guys all in the next one. Deuces.